begin, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakwadash.
I want to give double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you, we say Shalom.
Shalom.
You know, we are from the GMS West Palm Beach camp, GMS Salt. You know, through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, we're out here on another day on this so-called holiday called Thanksgiving, all right, which is really the celebration of the massacre of the two northern tribes, Gad and Reuben, man. All right, but through the spirit and power, we got some precepts that hope it's edifying.
That's right.
Y'all go ahead and open up with y'all, whatever y'all got.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I hate, in other words, it's about to describe the word hate too. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell your solemn assemblies.
That's
Though,
right. Hey, that's right, man. The Most High says he hates, he despises our feast days, man. And even though this can apply to, you know, our high holy days that we had, because Jake was being wicked on the high holy days. But what's funny is today is a high holy day. Today is the new moon.
That's right.
All right, it's technically a Sabbath day, man. And it's funny how the Lord's Sabbath day, his new moon, landed on Thanksgiving, which is a feast day in Babylon, man.
Right.
So the Most High despises this day because of the wickedness of our people, man. They're following after wicked customs, you know?
It's lucky. That's like 3 so-called holidays in a row.
Right.
Thanksgiving fell on a Sabbath day. The one before this one,
Halloween.
Halloween fell on a Sabbath day. And I think Labor Day, one of those days, fell on a Sabbath day too.
Yeah, Day of Atonement.
Day of Atonement, yep. And these people, instead of, you know, honoring and observing the days of the YAHAWASHI, they're observing the days of their enemy, man.
That's right.
That's right.
Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts.
That's right, because here it is, Jake, you know, they used to offer up sacrifices back in the ancient world and look to be accepted of the Most High, but they were just practicing wickedness. What they would do is they would offer the sacrifice, all right, with premeditated sin in their heart. So now, applying it to today, the Most High hates your sacrifices, your offerings, because Jake be cooking up these foods and stuff like that, which is like a sacrifice, it's like an offering, right? And they're praying over their defiled food. Oh, in the name of a defiled name for an idol god, right? And praying over defiled food, okay? So the Most High, he's rejecting that, man, through the Spirit. Keep going, Dawah.
And you know, the verse before that says, I will not smell your solemn assemblies, you know, because the Lord smells sacrifices, you know, they go up like sweet savoring smells. They go up like incense, you know, the prayers of the elect, they pierce the clouds, you know, but these burnt offerings by these Gentile state of mind Israelites, you know, the Lord's not smelling it.
That's right. Hey, can a brother get that in Isaiah the 1st chapter? You know, really going into that premeditated, you know, they'll do the sin, premeditate the sin, then offer the sacrifice. Cause that's on point that you went into that, man. You know, especially that today is the Sabbath. You know, our people have to not only observe, but they have to, what's the word? You know, trying to think of the word, but basically, you know, think upon YAHAWASHI, and our people don't do that. Meditate. The water, brother.
That's right. Isaiah 1, starting at verse 11. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of he-goats. When ye come to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand to tread my courts? Bring no more vain oblations, incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting.
You see, so imagine today, people don't even know that they're celebrating the genocide of their own brethren, but yet on Sunday, you know, which is the worship of the of the sun, they're gonna go and profess and pray to Chezi, you know. So that's why YAHAWASHI, going back to Amos the 5th chapter, hey, the Lord is despising these days, man. You know.
That's right.
And slack your brother, and wait for judgment, man. Wait to see people die tonight, man. You know, just 2 days ago in Virginia, you know, you had 10 or 11 people get put to death in a Walmart, man. Because they coming in that spirit of Thanksgiving, which is really Thanksgiving. Forgive me, brother. You got it.
Hey, Patois, verse 14. Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. And it's funny because right now it's a new moon.
Yep.
You know, we're coming to the time of a new moon. It's going to be the Sabbath day, and here it is. Jake is feasting, right? But they're not feasting for YAHAWASHI. So the Lord hates this day, man.
Right.
This place is full of wickedness, you know? His spiritual squirrel over there laid up like that.
Laid down.
I ain't never seen that.
Yeah, that's
before.
the spirit.
But you know, nonetheless, through the spirit, the Lord hates this day, man, because Jake thinks it's a time to, you know, give thanks and be merry, right? But the true Thanksgiving is to be in the spirit of YAHAWASHI and thanking the Lord for what He's done for you, man.
That's right.
Not thanking Chezi, aka Jesus Christ, man, which that's not the real name of our Lord. All right, our Lord's real name is YAHAWASHI Mashiach. You know,
Right.
Mashiach being His title, which means Messiah or anointed. All right, and YAHAWASHI meaning He saves, He deliverer, man. You know, that's the true Thanksgiving. And you know, see, that's the thing about Jake, right? Because like the brother brought out Amos 5, the Lord hates and despises these feast days. Even back in the ancient world, the Lord was upset with our people when they were actually keeping the high holy days. They was doing it in the wrong spirit, man.
Right.
And now it's blown into a whole nother thing, man. And the Lord said that He was going to turn our people's feast into mourning, man. You know, and you're going to see that right now. We're in the house of mourning. We're supposed to be in the house of mourning, man.
I got that.
Go ahead, Malak.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Right? It's better to go to the house of the mourning than to the house of feasting.
Right.
Especially in your captivity. What the fuck do you have to be festive about, man? Even though the scriptures talks about, you know, we gotta praise the Lord daily, right? Daily we gotta praise the Lord. But in this society, they celebrate giving thanks only one time a year, man. That's backwards as fuck.
That's right. Keep reading on that, Bible Sean.
Verse 3, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance, the heart is made better.
That's right, man. So really it's better to be in a sorrowful state, all right, than to be in your mirth.
Yep.
You know, because when you're in sorrow, you relieve your heart, okay? And also, you know, it's a solemn vibration. You know, being mirthy really is kind of like a form of drunkenness, man.
Yep.
Right.
You know, all them endorphins and going to your brain. You're not really thinking circumspectly when you're all up in your mirth, man.
Dopamine.
Yep, dopamine, that's the word, the water.
You around your family.
Yep.
You thinking everything's okay.
Eating and drinking and being merry and being gluttonous and shit.
That's right. Hey, Esau's so deceptive. They give you Thanksgiving, which is the genocide of Gad and Reuben, and then the following day after, they give you Black Friday.
Yep.
Which, when the Southern Kingdom, as well as the Northern Kingdom, they were being sold to the damn Edomites,
Yep,
man.
at a discounted spread.
At a discounted rate,
Yep,
man.
brother said stock exchange. Yep.
Stock and change, right.
And see now, you know, if you let's just to cut to the chase, right? Let's say you go out on Black Friday, because Black Friday it's not gonna be the Sabbath day. So let's say you go shopping, you want to get a little steal or whatever. You're not going off. You know what I mean? But it's through to being that Black Friday spirit, you know, like the world. Okay,
Right.
but the scriptures do say use the world, don't abuse the world, man.
Right.
So you know, I just wanted to say that just in case anybody was out there worried about that. So you got that.
A lot of people be in that Black Friday spirit. A lot of people do get put to death on Black Friday.
Right.
A lot of people get stampeded to death in Walmart and stuff, trying to save $100 on a TV. This shit is folly, man.
Hey, I remember this was like 2013 or 14 when these brand new Jordans came out. I promise you, 3 Jakes or maybe more got put to death over some shoes, man, on Black Friday. And that's why it says in Isaiah the 10th chapter how the Lord has sent his people. I mean, he has delivered his people, which is someone get it, Isaiah 10 and 8, the hypocritical nation being Jake. You know, he would give him the hand over to the Assyrian, which is the modern day Edomite, man. You know, because Jake is hypocritical, man.
Quick preview before that
You
comes
got it,
out.
brother.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 6, folly is set in great dignity, and the
Right.
rich sit in a low place.
Yep.
And that folly that people chase after, man, is going to be the end of them, man.
All right.
You got it.
Here's Isaiah 10 and verse 5. It says, O Assyrian, the rod of my anger and the staff of their hand is mine indignation. I will send against him. And so Esau represents the Most High's anger. You know, he's the
Right.
modern day Assyrian. Even with the ancient Assyrians, that was still a part of the Most High's indignation when he put, you know, the northern kingdom into slavery. But now both northern and southern kingdom are in slavery under Esau Edom, which is spiritually the modern day Egyptians, spiritually the modern day Assyrians, Babylonians, so on and so forth. It says, I will send him against an hypocritical nation, Isaiah 10 and 6. I will send him against a hypocritical nation and against the people of my wrath will I give him a charge to take the spoil and to take the prey and to tread them down like the mire of the streets.
That's right, man. So when you see instances where you see a cop killing a Jake in the street, or you see an instance where a Edomite goes into a grocery store primarily Jake, hey, that's the Heavenly Father doing that, man. He's giving them a charge, man. You know?
And that's the spirit, because a lot of times you'll watch those videos of a cop putting Jake to death. And what is the Jake doing? The Jake is going off. Jake usually have dreads. Jake usually a sodomite. Jake usually not agreeing with that adversary quickly, man.
Right.
And these things are written in the scriptures is written to spare your life, man, to save your life, man.
That's right.
But if Jake is not following these scriptures, if Jake is following the spirit of YAHAWASHI, it's death, man.
That's right. It tells you. Oh, go ahead, brother. You got it.
Now, go ahead, finish your point.
It says in Romans the 15th chapter, 4th verse, the things are written aforetime, written for our learning. We were supposed to learn and learn from the mistakes of our forefathers, learn from the mistakes of the the people from old, and learn from it, man, not to make the same mistake.
That's right. Hey, Mayako, get that Ecclesiastes 7 again, Bible. And y'all should hold that Ezekiel 21 if you got it.
I got it.
Well, the thing is too is I used to say in the world, a smart man will learn from his mistakes, but a wise man will learn from others' mistakes, man.
That's right.
These scriptures shows our forefathers where they went off at and when they went right at. If we emulate that, we'll be in a good place, man.
That's right.
All right. Ecclesiastes, you said 10 or 7?
7. And continue on where you left off.
Oh, come. Ecclesiastes 7:4. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning.
Yep.
But the heart of fools is in the house of mirth.
Right. So that's the point. The heart of the wise is in the house of mourning. So those who are truly in the spirit, they're in the house of mourning right now. They're not in the house of feasting. They're not in the house of mirth, because they understand what's going on in this world, man. Okay? Right now we're living in such an evil time, a time of trouble the world has never seen before. So now's not the time to be all mirthy and all happy and, thinking that shit is sweet, because it's not, man. Okay? Now that doesn't mean that you can't ever laugh or smile or crack a joke with a brother, but now is not the time to be in that being la-la land, man. Now's the time to be circumspect and be sober-minded, to understand what we're involved in and understand what's going on in the world, man. Okay? You got it?
Now's the time to count the cost, man. Because
right.
persecution is coming. Now you're seeing so-called black Hebrew Israelites being pushed on our mainstream. And what they look like, they look militant. They're gonna start labeling us, and according to the media, as violent. They're gonna have what do you call those things? Flags.
False flags.
Yep. And it's gonna be like, okay, it's a reward for any Israelite. $5,000. To bring them forward. And it's gonna be our own family and friends and neighbors persecuting us, man, giving us up to our reward, to this crooked ass system, man.
Hey, man. Oh, you got something, brother? Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you got it. You spoke.
I was gonna say, shit. Right now, the time we into, it's only getting worse from here on out.
Yep.
So like this is the calm before the storm. Although it might not look hectic, but when it gets hectic, it won't be no going back. It won't be no more calm. It'll just be a domino effect, a snowball effect. Every day it just gets worse and worse and worse. So that's why it's gonna come like a thief in the night.
That's right, brother. Hey, Mark Allah, you could grab Ecclesiastes 8 and 5 for me, Baba Kashar. Yeah, Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes, Salakia, 8 and 5, Baba Kashar.
Ecclesiastes 8 and 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing.
That's right.
And a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
That's right. A wise man's heart going back into your mind, discerneth both time and judgment, man. And Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, tells you that it's a time and place for everything, man. And this is not the time to be in the spirit of mirth. It's not the time to be, content here in Babylon. Like the beloved brother Yashakar said, it's only going to get worse, man. You're only going to see more persecution. So the brother said, have you count the cost, man? It tells you if another brother can get what is that? Luke chapter 6 verse 22. All right, because in the said days, your face might be on a TV, especially all the small hats trying to come against you,
I got
And then verse on that, on Ecclesiastes the 8. But go ahead, brother. If somebody got that,
Luke 6:22.
Baba can show.
Bring that right now or after?
Wait till the brother get his, please.
Ecclesiastes 8 and verse 6, because to every purpose there is time and judgment.
That's right.
Therefore the misery of man is great upon him.
You see, the misery of man is great upon him. That's what we're about to enter. We're about to enter into bad times, man. It tells you what 2 Timothy 3 verse 1, that in the end perilous times shall come.
Yep.
You know? So it's gonna be something right after another. And that's why it says what? 2 Ezra 16 and 40, hey, make thee ready to thy battle, man. That shall be pilgrims upon the earth, man.
Right.
You know? You can grab yours right quick, brother.
Luke 6:22.
Baba Kashaw.
And it reads, blessed are ye, I hate you.
Why are men gonna hate you? They're gonna hate you for the Son of Man's sake. YAHAWASHI. Keep going, brother.
And when they shall separate you from their company.
Right, so your mom, your dad, your family, your friends, you know, they're gonna separate you from their company. Why? Because you're out here boldly professing the names of YAHAWASHI, man. You know, it tells you if you were of the world, hey, the world will love you. Hey, but you are not of the world, therefore the world hated you. Keep going, brother, Baba Kashaw.
And shall reproach you and cast out your name as evil.
It tells you that they hated them to rebuke it at the gate, man.
That's right.
You know, so they hate us because we're doing something good, man. All right, you'll come out here, you'll see two men holding hands, that's normal. You'll see a woman with barely no clothes on, that's normal. You'll see men being effeminate, that's normal. All right, but you're speaking against the society, you're speaking against Babylon the Great, and now people hate you, man. So that's just to show you're doing something right.
And it says, to end it off, for the Son of Man's sake, like you said.
That's
you know,
right.
Not for no reason, but for the reason that we prophesy in the name of YAHAWASHI. You know, the true name of the Holy Father standing bold, like you said.
That's right.
You know, and to go back to what you said, you know, that's normal to be a sodomite, to be no wearing clothes Eve, to be, you know, a backbiting, whatever. All those lascivious things of the world, it's not only normal, but it's noble. It's put on a high pedestal.
That's right.
Yeah, that's,
Come on, go
nah,
ahead.
you slack, yo.
Nah.
I was gonna say that's what the brother was brought out earlier, where it says folly is set in great dignity, man. You know, just backing up what you said.
Yeah, the brother's going into mirth, you know, the house of mirth, and I need to be warned. It says pride goes before destruction. You know, and as time is going, since fucking, I'd say Labor Day or Halloween, you know, people are just getting more prideful. You know, they get more happier, the weather's dropping, you know, you seeing more colors, you know, gifts, you seeing crazy deals. So people are just getting comfortable. You know, they're like, you know, it's that season, it's that time of the year, this the season, well, we're gonna see.
Hey,
know?
that's the spirit. This the season.
We're gonna see what season it is, man. It's a season for the turn up.
That's right.
That's right, bro. And you know, what's funny is too, I'm glad the brother kind of brought that back around full circle, because I wanted to get this. This is Luke 16 and 15. And he said unto them, ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but YAHAWASHI knoweth your hearts.
Right.
For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of the Most High. So this world, all right, the things that they celebrate in this world is highly esteemed in you know, man's eyes, but in the sight, it's a or ThanksKilling.
Right.
Everybody highly esteems this day. You know, it's like a Sabbath day, don't get me wrong, but like in Babylon, it's like a Sabbath day because a lot of shit is shut down.
Right.
A lot of people aren't going to work today. So
That'd be nice if it was like that every Sabbath day.
Right. You know, but you see, we understand where we at, man. We in Babylon the Great, man. You know, but that's the thing. The thing that's highly esteemed in this world is abomination inside of the Most High, man.
That's right.
You know, so now's not the time to be in that happy-go-lucky spirit, man. You know, and I'm gonna keep reiterating that unless the spirit make me do otherwise, because, you know, today is a feast day for these Babylonians, man. But we're not in the house of feasting. We're in the house of mourning, man.
That's right.
And you got to understand the time frame that we're in, the visitation that we're in, man. You know? And I got that precept you quoted, John 15. And I said at verse 16, ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. All right, so we didn't choose this life. YAHAWASHI chose us and called us to this faith. Lord willing, we be chosen for salvation, man.
That's right.
Okay, and it says, these things I command you, that you love one another, man. Right? So they try to make Thanksgiving be a loving, quote-unquote, holiday, but the origins of this place was really based off of murder, man.
That's right.
Which is not an act of love. You know, can somebody get from me Romans 13, Baba Kashaw? And start at verse 8, right? Because they, you know, the Lord told us to love one another, But that's the only time Jake want to show love, man. You know, either when it's a funeral, when it's a holiday, okay?
Or if it's your birthday.
Yeah, right. That's it. You know, other than that, Jake ain't showing, and even then they ain't showing real love on those days either, man. Because this is true love.
That's right.
Brother finna get it.
Romans 13:8. Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. If there be any commandment, is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor thyself.
That's right. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, man. So where was the love at in the origins of Thanksgiving? Where was the love at when you slaughtered and you massacred unjustly all these different tribes of the Israelites, in particular, Gad and Reuben, you know, and even a little Issachar was mixed up in there too, because, you know, Issachar was living over the Americas too, more so on the Western hemisphere though. But where was the love at in that time, Esau? Right? The only love that you were showing was the love to be wicked. Not the love according to the scriptures, and that's what you devils love to push. You love to say, oh, love your neighbor, but you don't apply that. And our true neighbors are those people on this side. And even further, the ones who are of the 1/3. You know, of course, 2/3 are technically our neighbors, but they're not our brothers right now in the spirit, man. They're our brothers in the flesh, but not in the spirit, man. That's why you gotta love 2/3 from a distance, man.
That's right.
You know, really, we hate you niggas, man, because you hate the Heavenly Father, man.
That's right.
You know. But I'm a good thing. Can somebody get that? Unless y'all got a precept, that Ezekiel.
And what's that one in Habakkuk where it say the land is filled with blood? I know it's other parts too in the scriptures, but it says the land is filled with blood.
All right, get yours though. Quick one. This is Romans. This is back the brother up. You know, even though, you know, 2/3 of our people are still technically our people, but not on this side, right? Because all the enemies of the Lord are our enemies too. All right, but this is Romans chapter 9 and verse 6. Not as though the word of the Most High have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. All right? If you're not in a mindset of, you know, following the law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability, you know, following YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI to the best of your ability, man, you're following the mindset of somebody else, man.
That's right.
Who are you following? Where did you get your culture from, man? If you're not following the Lord, you're following the devil, man.
That's right.
Yeah, there's no in between.
That's right.
Right.
Yo,
Then Yahushua said it. He that is not with me scattereth, is against me and scattereth abroad. Roughly paraphrasing, man.
That's right.
You know? So like the brother say, ain't no in between, man. Ain't no halfway servants of the Lord.
Can't find it?
Well, it's like, oh, you
Go to the bloody city.
Yeah, it's that one too. I know it's in Habakkuk.
Oh, it's on Habakkuk.
Yeah, go Habakkuk 2.
I'll get this in the meantime.
Go ahead, brother.
Nahum chapter 3 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city. It is all full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not. And that's what America is. America is a bloody city, man. Okay, and this place is full of lies. You know, this place is built off of lies. That's why when you speak a little bit of truth, what do they call it? Hate speech.
Hate speech.
They call it disinformation. Or they'll say medical misinformation. You know what I'm saying?
What's the new one?
Yup, anti-Shem.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
They making up words. Anti-Semitism.
right. And see, this is all leading up to the famine of the word. You know, because the Most High, he's setting it up so that his word may be fulfilled. Everything that's going down is according to prophecy, man. Everything you see happening is according to prophecy. See what I'm saying? So we can't be shaking in mind and, oh, why is this and that and the third? You know, the Lord has given us understanding why it is the way it is, man. So what best bet is, or what behooves you, is to just fall in line with the Spirit. You know?
Hey, beautiful that you point that out, because you have to accept things how it is too. You know? Not trying to go against another way. You got to accept the way how YAHAWASHI set it up.
That's right. Yeah, because well, a perfect precept that backs that up is Ephesians the 5th chapter, man.
That's right.
You know, because if you keep trying to be self-willed and go according to your way, it's going to fail. Because the scriptures say, if this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of YAHAWASHI, you cannot overthrow it.
That's right.
Ephesians 5, starting at verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil.
That's right.
So we got to walk circumspectly, man. We can't be walking foolishly out here, willy-nilly, like, you know, ain't shit going on in the earth, man. You know, everything is going down according to prophecy. So when Esau starts being a devil, when he starts to roll, He's in the spirit on the left-hand side. He's following his lot. So we got to follow our lot on the right-hand side and follow YAHAWASHI.
right.
Okay, and be circumspect. We can't be fools, not acting like we don't know what time we living in, man. All right, it says, redeeming, it's like I read that, verse 17, wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
Right.
So you got to understand what the will of the Lord is, man, not your own plans and aspirations.
I'll bring out this quick precept for the brother. Habakkuk 2 verse 12. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity.
Look, that's Esau. That's the perfect description of Esau Edom. You know, many people talking about, oh, Esau done away with. But hey, who fits that? You know, which character fits that description? You know, right now we on, what is this, brick cement? This is probably a memorial of our ancestors, man. You know? So that's why, hey, this place has to be cleansed, man. This place has to be refreshed, because not only is this place filled with iniquity, hey, but this place was built upon blood, man. You know?
Yeah, we're in downtown Lake Worth instead of downtown Palm Beach, but it's the same architecture, man.
Right.
It's Esau Edom signature all over this place, man. Columns and arcs and all that, man. This is all Rome all over again, man.
And let's say our people are not buried under this, or there's no blood in this concrete. Our people still built this place. You know, our people dying to make this place look good, and you know, working their ass off, you know, breaking their back, just so this place looks shiny. And they're gonna work our people to death, and they're gonna say, but you know, we do free turkey giveaways, what, to help us celebrate our people's massacre.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you got Gadites and Reubenites who don't even know, you know, they're Reubenites. They might think they're Black American or so-called, you know, Negro, whatever. But all the time, you know, they're one of the native tribes, so they celebrate their own people's downfall.
That's right.
It's that Gentile state of mind.
And even for you Negroes celebrating their youth through too.
Yep.
Because don't think that just because Esau might have did it to Gad and Reuben that he wouldn't do it to you. It would just happen so to be that was set up through the spirit that Gad and Reuben was in that area at that time, man. Which was according to prophecy. You know, and unless brother got a precept, we can get into that too.
So I did want to mention that this was a whole plan, man. Not only YAHAWASHI, but Esau Edom has indoctrinated, you know, the masses from a youth up. Because you don't just start learning about Thanksgiving and all these heathen customs, you know, when you get older. You'll learn this as soon as you enter school, man. And this is
Brown.
right. You watching Charlie. This is a mindset. So now, when you get to an age where you have to, you know, relearn, you know, your mind is stuck on stupid. Because this is something. This is a stronghold. That's the perfect word, man. You know, you tell one of the tribes, you tell Jake about what we talking about now, about the massacre of the Reuben, the Issachar, and the Gads. What you talking about? This is a day. I got a day off. I get to eat turkey. You know, so that's why YAHAWASHI is only dealing with those, which is the elect, man, the few. That's who the word is being given out to, man. It's not given out to everybody, because at the end of the day, only 1/3 as well as the elect of the nation of Israel is gonna make it, man. If you look at a pie chart, 66.6 of our people are gonna stay here, pursuing the Zechariah the 13th chapter.
You know, Jake do like food, but you know, if that's your excuse, you know, shit, the Lord give us more feast days than Esau does. You know,
That's
Esau
right.
give you a couple days, what, 4th of July here and there, but we got the Feast of Tabernacles, Feast of Trumpets. You know, the Pesach is different. You know, you're not just in that mirth. You know, but you still get your meal in. You know, you got a whole bunch of feast days I can't think off the top of my tongue. You know, we got Hanukkah. You know. So you don't gotta wait on Esau's specific day to, you know, to have a meal and be in that spirit and be gathered around about.
Shit, Sabbath technically a feast day. We got a feast day every week. But a lot of our people are hypocrites too, right? 2/3 a lot of our people are hypocrites, because they'll say shit like, oh, remember slavery, 40 acres and a mule, we need our reparations, you know, we need this and we need that. But they'll celebrate Thanksgiving, man. All right, what about your brothers that got massacred on this day, man? All right, but you have no empathy for your own people, man, and you want people to have empathy for you. You so-called black, you know, right? You're bugged the fuck out.
That's right. But again, that's why it says a hypocritical nation, man. That's a hypocrite right there, man. You know, somebody that advocates for something, but he really means something else, man.
Yep.
Let me go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say that's what hypocrite means. It means actor.
Actor.
You know?
Let me get brothers had a pre.
You got it up.
All right, this is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen. And the heathen custom is exactly today's date, celebrating this place. And tomorrow, and what's coming up next? Christmas. What's coming up after that? New Year's. All right. So it says to learn not the way of the heathen, man. And that's exactly what Babylon the Great promotes, man. Heathenistic customs, man.
Right.
You got Jake with dreads in their head. You got Jake cutting off their beard. You know, man, that's all heathen customs. And it says, and be not dismayed at the signs of heathen, for the heathen are dismayed of them. And that's, you know, speaking about, you know, the chariots. You know, we're not supposed to be dismayed at the signs of heaven. All right, but that's the point on that, man. You know?
That's right. Hey, even Christmas, New Year's, those all go back to idol gods.
Idol gods.
You know, Christmas goes back to Babylonian worshiping of Tammuz. You know what I'm saying? That's where they got the whole story of, you know, it's supposed to be so-called Jesus' birthday, which really that goes back to mythology, pagan mythology, man.
Right.
New Year's goes back to the January is named after Janus, which is an idol god, which has two faces. One face looks towards the past, one face looks towards the future. See what I'm saying? And that's what January technically is, because January really is a time of winter, but they're calling it a new year. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So how is it a new year when you're in the middle of winter? Winter is supposed to be the time when all the harvest and the crops is dead. You know what I'm saying? So how is it a new year? Spring is really the new year. That's why the new year for us is around the time of March, during the time of the Passover, man.
That's right.
And that's,
You got it. You got it.
Nah, continue on.
So that's the thing. That's the hypocrisy. It's a confusion about those idol gods, right? Because Janus is supposed to be two-faced, looking at the past, looking at the future. But the thing is, you're still in the past technically.
That's right.
You know, but you got it, Malak.
I was gonna say that's also a cut, you know, to Israelites. You know, I think, you know, every Friday to Saturday is the Sabbath. You know, this is a Gregorian calendar. You know, the book doesn't say Friday to Saturday. You know, so that's how we gotta off the new moon. That's what our peoples did. You know, the so-called Aztecs. You know, and the Mayans.
Yep.
You know, that's how they kept track of time.
Shit, how'd they keep the Sabbath in the wilderness? They didn't have, you know, a watch to look at their watch and, oh yeah, today's Sunday. Today's Monday.
Same thing with farmers using the almanacs.
Yep. Because the Most High, matter of fact, somebody get Genesis 1, Baba Kashan. Start at 14.
But going back to that, you know, he said Saturday, Sabbath. Saturday going back into what? Saturn. Even all the days of the week, man, it all goes back unto pagan. You know, that's what Babylon the Great is. You know, they worship pagan gods, and you know, they live through what? The customs. You know,
That's right.
1 and 14 of Genesis, lights in the firmament of the heaven of Salakia.
Start at 13, Slakia.
I got you.
The water.
And the evening and the morning were the third day. And the Most High said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for reason and for seasons and for days and years.
That's right. So he said, let those lights be in the heavens, right? So it's going to explain what those lights are.
The lights, verse 15. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and it was so. And the Most High made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, the lesser light to rule the night.
Right, so that greater light is the sun. It rules the day. The lesser light is the moon.
Right.
Okay? But that's the point. It says what? Let it be for signs, for seasons, for days, and for years, right?
Right.
That's what the sun and the moon is for. The sun represents the hours, and the moon represents the days, the weeks, and the months, man. That's what the word moon means. The word moon means month.
right.
And that's in the scriptures.
Hey, and you know what's powerful about the sun and the moon? It says in Jeremiah the 31st chapter, if you still see the sun and the moon, then the matter of fact, let me try to go get that. But I had a little bit left on this.
Calm.
Jeremiah chapter 10 verse 3, 4 says, for the customs of the people are vain, for one cutteth a tree out the forest, and the work of the hands of the workmen with the axe. Now I don't know if you want to glance over there, but what you see is a big tree. Now whether if it's real or not, that's for discussion. But it says they deck it with silver and with gold, they fasten it with nails and hammers that move not. All right, so the scriptures tells us about this, man. So that's a heathen custom right there, man.
Right.
People don't even know why they celebrate it, but they do it. So just to show you, that's an indoctrination. So it says in Romans 13:11, it's a high time to awake out of sleep, man. It's a time to awake out of that darkness, man. That right. Babylon the Great has put on our people, man.
That's right.
If you understand the origin of the Christmas tree is perverse, man.
Right.
It represents a phallic symbol. Why would you want that in your house, man? And you deck it with balls. Would you put the shooting star on top, representing semen, man? For when that story where Nimrod got cut into pieces and scattered across the earth, and they recovered his rod. That's what that Christmas tree represents, man. This place is fucking wild, man.
Yep. Same thing with the Satan hat, Santa's hat.
Yep.
That's a phallic symbol as well, with the white ball at the end, representing semen.
Wow. And what do people do? They stand around it, put gifts under it, turn it into an altar, take pictures in front of it, man. Yep. Right, brother.
Yep. Bible Control, you got that free?
This is Psalm 104, verse 19. It reads, he appointed the moon for seasons, the sun knoweth his going down. Let me keep going.
Proper. Oh, that's the point?
Come.
All right, so he pointed the moons for seasons, the sun knoweth is going down. That's what it's about. So really, we track the days through the lunar calendar, man. And that's how we know that today is a Sabbath day, because the new moon coming in. And the reason why I brought that out, because the brother mentioned the Sabbath was every Friday, Saturday, man. But if that's the case, that means that every new moon lands on a so-called Friday or a Saturday, man. But that's not the case. Okay?
Let me grab this right quick, brother. That's the spirit we on. Is Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 35. Thus said the Lord, which give the sun, because like the brothers was going into, back then, brothers ain't have no watch, They tell time by what? They tell time by looking in the sky.
Right.
And it says, if those ordinances depart before me, said the Lord, then the seed of Israel shall also cease from being a nation before me forever. All right, so even to show you, just because we see the sun and we see the stars and the moon, just to show you that, hey, the promise that YAHAWASHI made and the foundations of earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off the seed of Israel for all that they have done. That's the point on that, just to show you that, hey, that promise that YAHAWASHI has with the whole nation of Israel is still intact to this day, man.
Exactly, man. Yasharallah, man. Israel's still around to this very day, because they'll say, the lost tribes of Israel, but they've been found. But the only thing lost now is just Jake not knowing who they really are. But we were really never really lost, because the Lord knew where we were.
Right.
We lost our way. That's how we became lost, man. But we've always been around. It ain't like we went missing, But that's the point. Go ahead, Yashko.
God, the sun and the stars and the moon ain't go missing, so
right.
We definitely ain't go missing. Book of Sirach, chapter 43, starting at the top. The pride of the height, the cleavement, the beauty of heaven was his glorious shoe. The sun, when it appeareth, declaring at his rising, a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High.
Yep, and I'm the reason why I brought this out through the Spirit, because we was going to the sun and the moon. But it says, look, the work of the Most High. The sun is a creation of the Heavenly Father, his only begotten Son, the YAHAWAH, right? But you got people who worship the sun, who worship the moon. Scriptures speak about not worshiping the creature more than the Creator.
That's right.
You got it?
You see those different sunsets with the sky being painted different colors and things. That's the Most High. That's the Most High showing his work. Showing off his artistic country, and who abide the burning heat thereof. A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapors, sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes. Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment it runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of time, and a sign of the The moon is the sign of feast. A light increases in her perfection.
That's right. So that's how we know the feast days, because of the moon. It says a light that decreases in her perfection, and talking about the moon phases, man. All right.
The month is called after her name, literally.
Yep. Because when you go into etymology of the word moon, it means month. So the month is called after her name, and every new moon dictates a new month on the calendar.
That word Monday goes into basically moon day.
Oh, wow.
How you say Monday in Spanish? Lunar.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's hard.
Lunes.
Yep.
Yeah. And even in French and Creole, the word moon is la lune.
Okay.
Okay. Increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of the heaven.
That's right. So that's the point.
Con.
You know.
You got one, brother? Go ahead.
Real quick, you got it. Yeah, so this is Sirach chapter 33, starting at verse 7. Why doth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day in the year is of the sun? By the knowledge of the Lord they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them hath he made high days, and hallowed them, and some of them hath he made ordinary days. This is how we could tell when feast days are, when the Sabbath is, because of the signs in the heavens, man. All right, and we know based on the signs in the heaven, that even though the new moon, all right, but we understand that Thanksgiving is not a holy day, man. It's not a holiday, all right? And we get our instructions from the highest, man. Who are you following, man?
Right.
You got it up.
You got one, y'all?
No, you got it.
There's in Psalms chapter 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. You know, so his handiwork is what? His creations, man. You know, the sun, the stars, and the moon being a part of those, man.
Yep.
You know, it's, man, when it get dark, man, not even when it get dark, even the sun, you know, for like the sun coming up every day and not missing, you know, doing his job.
That motherfucker don't miss.
It don't miss. Every day the sun gonna be there. When it comes to night, you gonna see the moon.
Yep.
Just to show you, hey, like the scriptures, I'm reading it again. Psalms 19, verse 1. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork, man. You know, so
That's why. No,
go ahead, you got it, brother.
Hey, that's what the Lord said. If these ordinances depart from me,
That's
so
right.
will the nation of Israel depart from me. Roughly paraphrasing. It's an ordinance.
That's right.
The Lord says, look, every day the sun gonna come. Every day the moon gonna come. That's why the brother said, why doth one day excel another? When, you know, the sun lights every day. Roughly paraphrasing.
The sun and the moon is like a watch that never needs to change the batteries, man.
That's right.
It's infinite energy, man.
Yep.
All right, that's the power of the Lord. The Lord created two lights, right? Where the first light, the sun, the great light, it really is infinite energy. Because what happens? Plants could grow with it. You could power things with it with solar energy, man. All right, without the sun, none of this will be here, man.
Yep.
And it is an infinite because, you know, see the sun out, that don't mean it went out. Like, it doesn't go to bed.
Right.
It goes to another place and does it works.
Yep. Go ahead, Malak.
Con, this is backing up my father when he was, you know, saying, you know, we worship YAHAWASHI out Shah, man. You know, these people not following, you know, the what's called the Gregorian calendar. You know, they following all these, you know, things of these devils, man. This is John, the 4th chapter, verse 22, and he reads, "Ye worship, you know not. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews, man." So, you know, ultimately, man, we worship YAHAWASHI Mount Shah, man. We serve the ultimate power, man. Right? That's how we know when, you know, the Shabbat comes in. You know, that's how we know through the knowledge that we was given through the spirit power YAHAWASHI Mount Shah. But you people, right? They don't know what they worshiping. They think they following Christmas, all these pagan holidays. You know, they like to say, you know, it was who the word really called Jesus is whose true name is YAHAWASHI's birthday, right? But they don't know who they truly worshiping, man. But we got the truth to the spirit power YAHAWASHI Mount Shah. I got one more pre too. This is it's kind of like a little backpedaling, but this is going back. This is Sirach, not Sirach. This is Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter, verse 2, when it reads, "It is better to go to the house of mourning than to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men. The living will lay it to his heart." And you know, that's going back to what today's day, right? ThanksKilling, man. Thanksgiving, right? These people on the house of mourning, they party, they living it up, man. Right? But in reality, man, we're better. We should rather be in the house of mourning to be living up in this place, man, because this place is not the end all be all, man. Right? You worshiping a holiday right, where they're celebrating the slaughter of the so-called Native Americans, right, the Gadites, man, right, and the Reubenites, man, right. They're celebrating the slaughter of a whole nation, but yet people are living it up in this place, man, right.
Hey, you know what? Through the Spirit, Bubble Chuck, can somebody get 2nd Ezra 13?
Hey, as the brother was speaking, I was meditating upon Malachi, the 3rd chapter, and I'm gonna grab it, Malachi, where it says, and then the other one in 1 John, the 4th chapter. All right, because you know the brother brought out that precept. You know, we know through the Spirit, you know, who we serve, man. We know through the Spirit we have the right way, man. All right, and if I can just grab it right quick. Let me see. Malachi chapter 3, verse, I'm gonna get to the point. Verse 18. Then shall ye return and discern between the righteous and the wicked. You know, and that's what we have done, man. You know, being returned, it says to what? Seek YAHAWASHI 10 times more. Hey, but we can discern between the righteous and the wicked, man. All right, the righteous, hey, you know, the apostles and elders are great millstone, and the wicked be in this world, man. Right. And it says, between him that serveth the Most High and him that serveth him not. And the spirit of these people, we know they don't serve the Most High, man. How can we tell by their actions? It tells you can know a man by his fruits, man. All right, and Salakia, brothers, one more. This is 1 John chapter 4, verse 6, the point. It says, we are of the Most High. He that knoweth the Most High heareth us. Just to show you this truth, it's only for those that have the ears to hear it. And it says, he that is not of the Most High heareth not us. So it doesn't matter if we come out here, if this not meant for you, it ain't meant for you. And it says, hereby we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. All right, so we have the right way and the wrong way. So through this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, you got to discern between the two. You know, you had the dude, I believe Joe Rogan, saying, if being gay is wrong, why did God create sodomites? Well, it's just like this truth. You know, if you fucking put your hand, your foot in some fire, it's gonna burn, right? You know, so it's just like, it's the same thing. YAHAWASHI doesn't give you sentence to sin, but he gives you the information and the knowledge to discern between the two.
Yep. Hey, the scriptures say the Most High created all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil.
That's right.
So the Lord does what the fuck he want to do. Right. If the Most High want to create a sodomite just to destroy him, to show an example of what not to be, he can do that. Don't people build up sandcastles just to kick him down? And are we not the Most High? Is not the Most High the potter? Are we not the clay?
I got you.
You know?
That's right. Jeremiah chapter 18. I'm going to jump straight to the point. Jeremiah 18, starting at verse 5. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as this potter, saith the Lord? Behold, as the clay is in the pot. Ever seen that thing that spins and you mold the clay into any vessel you want? That's the same thing the Lord could do. The Lord does, not can do. The Lord does, man. So whatever the Lord chooses to do with you, that's what's gonna happen. All right, the majority of our people, man. All right. The majority of our people are literally created to be fuel for the fire, man. They're literally created for judgment.
That's right.
But after that, they're gonna, receive rights, receive salvation.
That's right, man.
I got a quick pre backing up the brother Yawanathan, man, when he was saying, these people not gonna get it, man. Right? And it's not meant for, people to get it, man. It's only meant for an elect number of people to understand what we're saying out here today, man. This is this is Matthew, the 13th chapter, verse 10 reads, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou unto them in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mystery of the kingdom of the heaven, but to them it is not. Right? So, this truth isn't for everybody, man. The scripture says, many is called, few are chosen, man. So only the sheep of YAHAWASHI is gonna hear this truth and run to it, man. Right? Backing up the brother. That's really
Can you start at verse 7?
Matthew 13, verse 7, and some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up, so like it sprung up.
Oh,
and
Salakia, that's not. I'm mistake Matthew the 7th chapter. Forgive me, bro.
you want me to go Matthew 7?
But nah, so I think the brother was still reading.
Oh, I had a piece of the back. You
Okay,
up.
okay, good.
This is Romans chapter 11, starting at verse 7. What then? Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded. All right, that's why the Lord spoke in parables, because it's really only for the elect, man. All right, everybody else is just blind, man.
Hey, that's Jake for you, man. You know when Jake be around, you know, a group of friends, and they around some outsiders, some of that's not supposed to be in the circle. You know, Jake gonna talking code words. Jake gonna, you know, inside jokes only. You know. So, you know, that's how the Lord was working, man, right? Because this only was meant for a certain group of people to receive and understand what the Lord was saying, man. That's the same thing happening now, man. It's only meant for people to understand what we prophesying out here, man.
It says, "Oh, why is thou speakest in parables? Because it was given unto you, but to them it was not given."
Right. There was a TV show back in the day called The Wire. It was I used to leave Babylon on Thanksgiving.
Hey, we live, Rocky. Bible Kashan, because, you know, Bible Kashan, go ahead.
Second Esdras or 1 Corinthians?
We the 1 Corinthians, we do edification.
Which one was it? 1 Corinthians 8 and what?
Start from the top, where it says about knowledge puffed up.
This is 1 Corinthians, the 8th chapter, starting at the top. It reads, "Now what's touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth it up, but charity edifieth."
That's right. So, you know, it says concerning things touch sacrifice unto idols, right? Because Thanksgiving is technically a feast day sacrifice unto idols. See what I'm saying? And Thanksgiving also has Greek origins too. Cornucopia, if I'm not mistaken, which represented when I believe Zeus pulled off somebody's horn, and the horn kept flowing over an abundance of food. You know, that's also a Thanksgiving origin too, man. You see what I'm saying? Because they be doing the food basket with the horn with the food. That's like Thanksgiving imagery. So Esau, he threw that in there over time. But nonetheless, the point being what? Right? We're going to get into it, because you might have somebody say, "Oh, I can't eat today." Like, let's say somebody new in the truth, they might say, "I can't eat today because they're celebrating Thanksgiving." Right? And that's not so. If you want to eat, you can eat, but don't be eating in that Thanksgiving spirit like your worldly family members are in.
Right.
You know, but if you're just eating it because you're hungry, you want to play the food and it's lawful, eat the shit if you want to. If you don't want to eat, you're not going off either, man. You know, and we're going to get into that.
Didn't you bring out the scripture? Not to use the world.
Yeah,
abuse it.
use the world, don't abuse the world. You got it.
Lock it. But if you're at that table saying Happy Thanksgiving and like that,
Right, you
going
are.
the fuck off.
You are.
You put your cup up every
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
yeah.
Chill with everybody at the
Chill
round
with
table or the
everybody.
over table, however the table set up, man. You living it up like, yeah, man, Thanksgiving, we live.
Yep.
Black Friday, oh, we out. Like, you know,
are.
you're not supposed to be in that spirit, man.
What are you thankful for?
Hey, the best way to carry yourself, man, on Thanksgiving, man, you go to the family, say, "What's up, everybody, man?" Get your food, and then, you know, you vibing. That's it.
Yep.
You don't got to be in the spirit of just, "Oh, yeah, man, we living up." You could chill, you know, parlay with the fam, whatever the case may be, but you got to keep in the back of your mind that, you know, this is not the day to be in your mirth, man, right?
We're going to get it. So go ahead and read that.
Hey, this is 1 Corinthians 8, verse 2. "And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know. But if any man love the Most High, the same is known of him.
That's right.
As concerning, therefore, the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other power but one. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, are there be gods many and lords many, but to us there is but one God, the Father of whom are all things, and we in him, and the Lord YAHAWASHI, by whom are all things, and we by him."
That's right. So there's only one true power, man. YAHAWASHI. Yep. So if you cooking up an idol feast for an idol god, you better off cooking up a feast for an imaginary friend. Because that idol god don't exist. You see what I'm saying?
Doesn't it say that in the letter of Jeremy, where it tells you in the time of affliction, these people have to pick up their idols?
Yep.
You know, because like you said, it's like an imaginary friend, man.
Pretty much.
Buddha can't. What the fuck is Buddha gonna do for you, man? You had it. What was it that over there in India or where Elam stayed? There was a flood. You got Jake picking up the Buddha and running with it, man. But in the time of our affliction, hey, YAHAWASHI says how he gonna lift up a standard, man. And you can't get that from these idols, man. That's
Right.
why we know we serve the true living power, man. Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
Got a quick pre. It's gonna be in the book of Ezekiel, the 12th chapter, verse 2. Salakia, bear with me. I'm gonna start at the top, matter of fact. And it reads, the word of the Lord also came unto me, saying, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. No, that's not the right one.
Man, Salakia,
Salakia,
what
that's not
about,
right.
what about the three holy children? What about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, man?
Yep.
It says, what is that? Is that Daniel? Daniel, the 3rd chapter, it tells you how there was a 4th man in that fire, man, that delivered them out of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got people that just, you know, look over that, man. That's big. You know, how they were in that furnace and they were delivered out of it, man. What fucking idol can do that?
Yep.
You know, so just wanted to say that, bro.
And they
None
were
of them.
thrown in there because they didn't want to serve idol gods.
That's
man.
right. They didn't want to bow the knee to the image of Nebuchadnezzar. That golden, what was that? That golden image?
Yep.
And it was spirit too, because I believe in that story where they were cast into the furnace, but they said make the furnace 7 times hotter than usual.
That's right.
And the guards that threw them in there got burnt to death.
They got-
That's how hot the shit was.
That's
The
right.
furnace was. But they were still delivered, man. Not even the smell of smoke on them, man.
Spirit.
And this is the same thing that's gonna happen when this furnace burns the fuck up, man.
That's right.
This place is gonna be burned up with 200 million thermonuclear missiles and the chariots of Yahawah Yahushai. And we're not gonna, Lord will put our number, we're not gonna touch that flame, man.
That's Job 5.
That's right.
Gosh, I found that precept I was trying to get first time. This is Psalms 115, verse 4, and it reads, their idols are silver and gold, the work of men's hands. They have mouths, but they speak not. Eyes have they, but they see not. They have ears, but they hear not. Noses have they, but they smell not. They have hands, but they handle not. Feet have they, but they walk not. Neither speak they through their throat. They that make them are like unto them. So is everyone that trusted in them. So you know, that's just backing up the brothers, man. Those idols, man, they're not real, man. They don't have no true power, man. Right? They're not no true gods, man. Right? Having those Buddha statues, bowing down, praying to the Buddha statues, going to the what's it called? The cobblestone, that's what it's called in over there. Man, worshiping a stone, man. Right? All those idols don't have no true power, even though they may look like a being, but they can't do nothing, man. In the there was an account, man. I think Bell and the Dragon, man. Perfect account, man. Right? That was putting the offerings before the dragon, thinking that the idol was gonna eat it, man.
Yeah.
Right? But what happened? The idol wasn't eating it, and then what they did? They put the ash down, and they found out that it was actually the the priest and the family and their kids going in to eat. Man, matter of fact, you want to just get it?
You might have to get it. Jake's so simple, they'll fuck around and worship that shit. A damn ball.
Right around it has quotes from Martin Luther King, man.
See?
So that's another idol these people worship, man.
That's
Martin
right.
Luther King, man.
Hey, but
Michael Luther King.
before you get that,
Go ahead.
you said, backing up what you were saying, Psalms chapter 91, I'm gonna get the point, verse 7, and it says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand. Going. It shall not come but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thine eyes thou shalt behold and see the reward of the wicked. You see? So that's going into the destruction. We gonna see Esau, Edom's downfall, and if Lord willing we are part of that number, and we're gonna be able to witness it and be delivered from it. It said 1,000 shall fall at thy right hand. All right. It says 1,000 shall fall at thy side and 10,000 at thy right hand. So you literally gonna be seeing people getting destroyed, getting stabbed, getting beaten. All right. And if you were part of that number, pursuing the Job the 5th chapter, it ain't gonna come near you, man. You're gonna be delivered from that.
That's why Job 5 says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, and 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
That's right.
And when you read the prayer of Azariah, which is one of the 3 holy children, also known as the Song of the 3 Holy Children in the Apocrypha, it tells you what happened. The angel came down and it says there was a whistling wind of mist and water. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was the reason why they didn't get burned because it was like pretty much a vortex of water spinning around them. You see what I'm saying? At a fast rate, you know? So that's why they didn't even smell like smoke. Their clothes didn't even get burned, you know, and they walked out in the midst of the fire. And that's the power of YAHAWASHI. And guess what? The Lord said that he's getting ready, that we're going to do greater works than he did, man. You know, so you can only imagine what type of deliverance the Lord's getting ready to make us go through, man.
After all those instances, what happens? The king that usually makes the decree for them to serve the idol, they serve YAHAWASHI.
Right.
Because they see the power. Oh, that bitch getting a car crash, man.
I got that Bell and the Dragon. I'm gonna just get to the point, cause you know it's pretty lengthy.
But, go back to that 1 Corinthians Bible show. After or after.
This is Bell and the Dragon. I'm gonna start at verse 11. I'm gonna just go verse 15, and it reads, So Bel's priest said, Lo, we go out, but thou, O king, set on the meat and make ready the wine and shut the door fast and seal it with thine own signet. And tomorrow, when thou comest in, if thou findest not that Bel had eaten up all, we will suffer death, or else Daniel that will speak it falsely against us. And they little regarded it, for under the table they had made a privy entrance whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things. So when they were gone forth, the king set meats before Bel. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those they strewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. Now when the night came, the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink up all. In the morning bedtime, the king arose and Daniel with him. So, you know, that's basically, you know, that account right. I just want to pull it out for edification, but that's just going to show you, man, those idols don't have no true power. They're not real because, you know, as the account show you in the scriptures, man, right? They had a secret entrance to go in with the priest had a secret entrance to go into the temple where they had the idol to eat the food that was offered up as a sacrifice with their family, man. But what happened? Daniel put the ashes down to show that there was footsteps there to prove to the king that the idol is not real, doesn't have any power. And that's the same thing with all these false idols that we have here today in Babylon, man. They're not real, man.
All right, quick free to back up that up before Salaki, before we go to 1 Corinthians 8.
Yeah, we Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah, you too. You ain't here.
See, they're gonna show you the word has been gone out. The word has gone out. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, man?
How you doing, man?
You were Israelite.
Yeah, Israelite.
How'd you hear about it?
Hear about the cookie.
Wow.
Oh, Lord. Come on now.
He want attention.
Come on now.
See, it be them spirits. Them spirits be active. But anyways, go ahead, keep reading, brother. Get that scripture.
The letter of Jeremy, or Baruch 6, starting at verse, you know what? I'm gonna start at verse 64. Wherefore it is neither to be supposed nor said that they are gods, talking about idols, seeing that they are able neither to judge causes nor to do good unto men, knowing therefore that they are no gods, fear them not.
That's right.
For they can neither curse nor bless kings, neither can they show signs in the heavens among the heathen.
And we was talking about the sun and the moon earlier being signs in the heavens, man. So it says, fear them not. And also, we don't fear mortal men. We fear YAHAWASHI, man.
That's
and
right.
the Lord is our protection, man. All right? The spirits be active. They come around. You know, this is, it's a spiritual warfare. See what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, stay in the spirit. Stay in the spirit, man. The moment you get out the spirit, that's when the hedge is away. Stay in the spirit. But you got it.
Verse 67, neither can they show signs in the heavens among the heathen, nor shine as the sun, nor give light as the moon. The beasts are better than they, for they can get under a cover and help themselves. Going back to what the brother said earlier about how in India, Elon was carrying their idols to save them. If you're praying to a God, why are you saving your God instead of your God saving you, man? That's fucking backwards.
And even to show that those idol gods had no power, I believe it was in the Middle East, man. They was taking all those idol gods and all those shrines and all the, you know, the altars that they were making. They was throwing them down, they was burning them, throwing water on them, destroying them. I just going to show you, man, that those idols truly do not have any power, man.
It says how their feet are slow to move. They have noses, but they can't smell. They have eyes, but they can't see. They have ears, you know. But you know, y'all got a precept?
What you want? Go back to the.
Go back to that First Corinthians.
What was it? 1 Corinthians 8.
Yep.
One second.
You got it, Yachty?
Come. This is 1 Corinthians the 8th chapter, verse. I was on 3, right? Come, verse 3. But if any man, I'll start at verse 2 again. 1 Corinthians the 8th chapter, verse 2. And if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing, yet as he ought to know.
That's right, and that's why you got to stay humble. You know, because you might think you really know something, but the Lord could show you a whole nother thing. Yep. But you got it. Keep going.
3. But if any man love the Most High, the same is known of him.
Yep.
As concerning, therefore, the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other God but one. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many and lords many. But to us there is but one God, the Father of whom all things, and we in him, and the Lord YAHAWASHI, by whom all things, and we by him.
Go ahead, Mark.
Howbeit, there is not in every man the knowledge, for some with conscience of the idol unto his hour, eateth as a thing offered unto an idol, and their conscience being weak is defiled.
Right, so you got some people who are new in the faith. They don't have the true knowledge to know, like, look, these idols, they don't nothing. These idols are nothing. So pretty much these people, they're doing these feasts in vanity. They're keeping Thanksgiving in vanity. Because it goes back to idolatry, right? So there's only one power, YAHAWASHI. That's the only true power. So for anybody to cook anything, they might say they sacrifice to an idol god, but that idol god don't exist. So as long as you're not coming in that spirit, then you are right. If you in the faith. Go ahead, keep reading, BAHASHAM.
Verse 8, but meat commandeth us not to the Most High, for neither if we eat are we better, neither if we eat not are we the worst.
Right, so let's say you a brother, you like, I don't want to eat, it's Thanksgiving, I don't want to eat, you know, my family doing that, I don't want to do it. You, all right, you fine, you don't got to eat. But if you do eat, you ain't going off either. Keep reading, Malak.
Come. Verse 9, but take heed, lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak.
Right, BAHASHAM, get for me Romans 15, and I think verse 2. It might be either verse 1 or 2.
I think I was looking for that just now.
All right.
I'll start at 1 just.
Okay, Malak.
Romans 15 and 1.
Hold that. Go ahead, Ak.
We then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak, and not to please ourselves. Let every one of us please his neighbor for his good to edification.
That's right. So just because you are grounded in the faith, you're rooted in the faith, all right, you are to bear the infirmities of the weak. So if a brother who's weaker in the faith and you're more grounded than him, and y'all are hanging out, and it just so happens he's around when you're keeping your Thanksgiving, and you know that brother weaker in the faith, don't eat in front of him. Right. If you know consciously he has a problem. You could eat it on the side, you see what I'm saying, when the brother not around, but don't eat in front of him. And it's not that you're being a hypocrite, it's more so that you're trying not to put a stumbling block in front of him. That's what it is, man. You know, that's why a lot of times you don't even see certain elders don't hang out with your brothers in certain camps, not because they don't want to be a stumbling block to the younger brothers like that, because they don't want to be a stumbling block, man. But go ahead, unless you got something there.
Where it says that, you know, we then that are strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak. Another form of that is what we're doing right now.
Yep.
Coming out here to the highways and byways and preaching his word, man. You know, because everybody can't come out here, man. You know, so hey, that's another form of bearing the infirmities of the weak. And weak doesn't necessarily mean, you know, weak in the flesh, but just rather in the, you know, not even in the spirit, you know?
That's right. Hey, you got it, Malak. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians 8, verse 10. For if any man see thee which has knowledge sit at meat in the idols' temples, shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols? And through thy knowledge shall the weak brother perish, for whom Hamashiach died.
Right, so that could be a stumbling block to that brother. That brother might think, well, this brother, he claiming he in the faith, he eating Thanksgiving dinner. He gonna think that he could eat Thanksgiving dinner in that Thanksgiving spirit, and that he could celebrate his birthday. He could do Christmas, he could do Halloween and all the other stuff because, you know, he saw an older brother do it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, you being that older brother, be mindful of who the brethren you're around. You gotta be mindful, man. So, you know, if you know that younger brother gonna stumble, don't eat the food in front of him. See what I'm saying? Because it could probably ruin his conscience.
But you know, through the spirit, I wanted to bring out too that even if something is lawful and you think it's wicked and you still do it, you're going off.
Ooh, the water, Romans 14.
Yup.
The water.
Wait, say that again, bro.
Even if something is lawful, but if you believe it's wicked and you still do it, you're going off.
Right. I got a precept. Oh, unless you do that, brother.
Romans 14:23. And he that doubteth is damned if he eat, because he eateth not of faith.
Right.
For whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
Water,
Right?
that's it.
If it's not of faith, it's sin. If you believe it's wicked, right? If you believe in your mind that the Lord's going to judge you for something, even though it's lawful, man, if you still do it, it is sin.
Right.
You feel condemned in the spirit.
You feel
Going
condemned
Yup,
in your
yup.
spirit. That's right.
I got one to back you up. This is James chapter 1, verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of the Most High. For the Most High cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Brethren, Salakia, do not err, my beloved brethren. See?
That's right.
So Yahweh Shema Shai can't plant no seed of sin in your mind. He can't make you do it. You're doing it, you know?
Right. That's the spirit.
Go ahead,
That's
bro.
the spirit, because even if something is lawful and you still do it thinking it's wicked, right? What is that? That's really lust. You really want to do something wicked at the end of the day.
Right.
And lust bringing forth sin, and sin bringing forth death, man.
Right. Going back to that James 1, which really is you have to have accountability.
Yep.
There's a lot of Jake be like, oh, ain't no free will. Man's going to the Lord. And so they'll use it as an excuse for their bullshit. But it's like, yes, it's true. Man's goings is of the Lord. But where is the accountability?
Yep.
You got to have that accountability, man. Because Sirach, the 15th chapter, if I'm not mistaken, says, the Most High have not given any man license to sin. Matter of fact, somebody get that Bible Shah.
Sirach 15.
I don't know the exact verse, but I think it's around 13, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, in that same chapter in the book of James, that's why it says, be what? Be a doer of the word, not a hearer only.
Right.
All right, let me see.
Basically, it says
Start at 11.
Okay,
Oh,
start at
You there?
Sirach 15, I'm going to start at verse 11. Say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away.
Right.
For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hated.
right, because a lot of Jake want to give the excuse. The Most High made me fall out. But nigga, where the accountability at?
Yep.
You got it.
Say not thou, he hath caused me to err, for he hath no need of the sinful man. The Lord hateth all abomination, and they that fear God love it not.
That's right. So if you're truly in the spirit, you're going to hate wickedness just like the Most High hates wickedness, man.
There's no license to sin. I believe that's New Testament.
Nah, that's apocryphal. That's one on that scripture.
That's not license to sin, right? If you believe in your mind, kind of true, that the Lord is making you sin, then you really were created for the sword.
The water, bro. What you telling him?
He's saying peace. He's saying coming in peace.
Coming in peace?
Hey, but we finna wrap it up. You know, we finna wrap it up. All right. So, y'all brothers got any finals? That's it?
You don't got no questions, right?
All right, Akim. So we finna wrap it up. Brothers, go ahead, take us out.
All right, then, brothers. Hey, the water, Yahweh Shema Shai for tuning in. You know, Lord willing, this camp lesson was edifying to the next time, giving all praises, glory, and honor to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash.
double honors to the apostles and elders and great millstone that rule well. Peace and blessing to the elect. Till next time, Shalom.
Shalom.
Baba Ba.
Baba Ba.
Kwam Yashala.